Hello, this is Judy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I post new videos. If you're already a subscriber, thank you and welcome back. Make sure you leave a comment at the end and a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Okay, for today's sketch, this is day 5 in Chrissy's Beautiful Life, round 9 of 30 days of sketches, and the Dotty About Flair prompt is a white background. This is the sketch, and I am going to do a background with some stenciling of some leaves that I punched out, and well, it's not really stenciling, well, you'll see what I mean. And then I'm going to cut strips out and maybe use some papers from the Chantilly collection that Close to My Heart had last month. And the floral arrangement is perfect. We'll see how it works, right? So there are a couple layers behind the photo. It looks like a small photo, maybe a 3x3, couple of torn pieces of paper here to show a background, some splattering. It looks really cute. I love the look and simplicity of the sketch. This is the photo that I'm going to use. It's of my 2 dogs and these little trees that I planted. They were bare root pine trees, blue spruces, and I think this is the 6th year. So I'm documenting every year, taking a picture of them in the spring and one in the fall, and they are really starting to sprout up. It's funny how one will get much bigger than another one over the years. And I thought I put them far enough apart, but I have a feeling they're going to provide a great windbreak for our house. That's exactly why I planted them. And it's funny how the dogs change every year too. So next year we'll have another dog to add to it because we got a puppy in the meantime. So I pulled out a bunch of things that I thought might work, and I like the little flowers here. And these I got at a scrapbook crop that I went to, and they were in the swap table, so I grabbed those because I love the Prima flowers. And this is what I have left of the Chantilly collection, the stamp sets that came with it. And these may still be available online at Close to My Heart. I'm a maker, so if you need to get anything from them, go to my website. It's in the description of the video, along with all the links to all the other ladies or paper crafters that are participating in the 30 days of sketches every day this month, and several will probably do a day here and a day there, but video links are in the description box of this video, so go check them out too, because it's lots of great inspiration. So I got some stickers left. I've got a flower here and some greenery. So I could use those. And then I just love this paper. I don't see paisleys too much anymore, but I like the little bird. The colors are beautiful. I love the yellow and the green. Let's see. I love this pink. So I may use that as a layer. Let's see. I'm going to try and use up the scraps. That's the inside of a layout I made. I gutted the inside. Okay. Ooh, that yellow is so bright. Okay, so I've got some pieces I can use. That's good. That's what I was looking for. Alright, so I'm going to pull all these little pieces and put them to the side. Oh, this is a layout I started and didn't finish. Oh, good. Alright, I have a strip here of pieces that are put together already from a layout. I might be able to use that and not even do any more work, but then I won't be able to do the idea that I have, right? So these are papers from the Sawyer collection. They may still be available as well. So here's the flowers that I use my Distress Oxides to color. And I did a whole bunch of them while I was busy talking with someone. And this is the background that I made. And this is the paper that I will cut up into strips. So this will incorporate a couple of the strips that are going to be on the white background. which is right here, this white piece. So I can have this cut into some strips as the sketch showed, and then a couple of the other papers cut into strips. Have the photo. I'll tear a couple of the edges because I really like that look. It's really cool. So this is what I've done so far. And we're going to take these off, and we're going to do the ripping of the base. And they've got just a little indication here, a little bit here, and a little bit down here. So it'll be in your visual triangle. So what we're going to do, and I like doing this, is we're just going to take the paper and we're going to rip it up real careful. Now I don't have real long strips here, and I'm going to just curl that paper. It's nice and ragged. And then we'll tuck this underneath so it shows just a little bit of color, like that. Okay, and we'll roll that. I really want this to stick, so I'm going to use a liquid glass from Close to My Heart. It's a dimensional adhesive. It's great for gluing things regularly, but it also leaves a glass-like effect. You know, if you wanted to have water, raindrops, you know, a jar or anything, add a layer over something to have it look dimensional. It's wonderful stuff. So I'm just going to adhere it to this. Okay, those look like they're dry and solid down now. I'm going to add some splatters now, and I pulled out some shimmer brushes from Close to My Heart, and I've got the green, Sundance, Lemonade, Glacier, Ballerina, and Flamingo. I'm going to start out with the lightest ones and see how it goes, because I don't want it to be real noticeable, I guess you would call it. Move everything off of my glass mat. My craft sheet, these come in big, huge rolls. I cut them down so that I only have a little area to work in. I'm going to just squeeze it out and get the bristles really wet. Now these add a lot of shimmer. Let's see, that's great. But it doesn't add a lot of it's not as noticeable as a deeper, darker color is. So that looks good. Now, I don't like to waste this, so I've got a piece of white daisy that was left over from another project, and I just dip it in the shimmer brush, and then I will make a background out of this, or use it as tags, or, you know, whatever I decide to do with it. So next we'll do the yellow. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. You shake them up and hear that ball rattling. It gets the ink all intermixed with the shimmer. Squeeze a little bit out and tap it to add your splatter. Looks good. Okay. And again, I will soak it up with this piece. Actually, I think I'm going to spread it around a little bit more. I'm not going to squeeze any more out onto there. There's no reason. But I don't want it all in one big blob on my paper either. So, oh, look at that. I love it. All right. And I think I will do the Glacier. And this may be the end of it. And I'll tell you, these things last forever. Oh, there you go. That's all the color I need. There. Okay. Just a little bit of color on there. Can you see the shimmer? So I've laid these out and I like them. I think I'm going to ink the edges of these and the edges of the mats, and then I will adhere everything down and then we will embellish with the flowers, which is the fun part, right? I'm going to use my sponge daubers to ink the edges. And I like to sometimes ink everything with the same color so that it pulls it all together. But I think for this one I'm going to do them separately. I'm going to stick my base page down to my Versamat with a little bit of adhesive so that I have better control when I use my T-square. And it doesn't shift on me. The Versamat's perfect for lining things up because it's, you know, the perfect 12-inch grid. So let's see, we'll go in 3 inches. I'll bring everything over just a little bit. These are all 5 inches wide. I'm going to use the Tombow Mono liquid to adhere this down. And I like to fold my paper over and smear the glue together. That way I don't get as much seepage when I put it down. Seepage is a problem for me. Okay, for these layers, the one thing I find, it always amazes me how people make it look so nice, right? So one thing I find to help me is that I make them so none of them line up at the same angle, none of them cross. Like the green is a little bit lower than the white. The yellow is overlapping the green. So the ease of putting these on for me is just to have them staggered so none of them line up as best as you can, and to just like the way that it looks when you're done with it. So rearranging them to a pleasing manner to your eye is all there is to it. And if you don't like it, then just change it and move it a different way. So I like this, especially because it makes the photo almost bigger and really takes your eye into the photo. So now I'm going to use the flowers as embellishing. And let's pull some of them out. So I've got purple here, that won't work. The greenery is perfect because that was what I made these with. The teal would, or the coral will work good. The teal will work good. The orange, maybe, but I don't want to have too much color. The yellow, of course. And this is almost coral pink. Pink is actually too bright. I might be able to pull in some of the smaller ones though. So I pulled out a little bit of each color and tried to do medium, small, large. And now I'm going to fluff up this and see if I can salvage this. It was a little flattened, whoever had it. But then it's going to get flattened in my scrapbook anyway, right? So I'm not real worried about it, but it looks like it's in good shape. It's very, very pretty. Okay, these little flowers I'm going to use as scattering pieces at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and arrange these little floral clusters, and then I'll be back. So I just wanted to get on and show you that I'm distressing the flowers. I'm going to curl them all up, maybe give them a little bit of tear in between the petals because we're following with the torn paper look. So I'm going to rough them up. So I don't want them to look flat, and I want that to give them the indication that they go together with this and not just a flat piece of paper. So I need to give it some life, I guess you would call it. and curling it breaks up those fibers and makes it a little more dimensional. Tearing it will do the same. And I will add some glitter glue to these at the end to give them some more pizzazz. And the leaves here, be very careful, right? Because they will rip because they are so delicate. And I can also use some splattering to add some definition and color to these. These were all inked with Distress Oxide inks onto the white paper like you saw with the green background. That was in the beginning that I cut up to make these pieces. Okay, I need to tone my flowers down. They're a little too bright. I need them to be more soft and pastel-y. So what I'm going to do is color them with some gesso and shimmer brush. And I think that will tone them down perfectly. So I'm going to put some of the shimmer brush liquid on here. And put just a little dollop of the gesso. Some water from my water brush. Okay, so I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. And get some drops on there. Do the greenery. I'm going to add a little bit to my pieces here just to make them look like they all belong together. Put this aside to dry. Okay, I like the look of my little flowers, but I think I like the look of the layout more without them. So I will save them for another project. I really like the soft look of just having the white with the greenery. So we're going to go with that. So I will tuck these down a little bit better. Maybe pull in that other white flower for here. Look at how cool those look. And now I have the offset and I'm going to glue it down. I decided I'm going to pop my photo up on some foam, and instead of using the adhesive foam, I used the foam sheets, and I'll cut off enough to cover it so it doesn't get smashed and I don't have to use all those little pieces of foam. The liquid glass helps to adhere the foam down as well. I'm going to put it down with a block to hold it until it dries. And this is one of our bigger blocks, and it has enough weight and size to hold it down. So now I'm going to hear everything else while that's drying, and then I will show you what I come up with. I am going to put foam tape on the back of the year to give it some dimension off of the page. Okay, I've got all those stuck down. I'm just letting them dry and finishing touches. So I've got these little flowers on here. And this actually belongs on the... I'm going to try and peel it off of the paper, because the paper really doesn't go with this layout, but this can. I'm not sure if I want to go this way. I will. butterfly. My butterfly is going to go over here. And these can carefully be pulled apart. I'm not sure how old they are, but they're still really good. So this is going to be my biggest one, my medium, and small. So we'll go with this over here. Maybe we'll go this way, because I want my flowers going in a circle to encompass the flower, or to encompass the picture. So there's a couple more little flowers. And I'm going to put them where they can be seen. I don't want to put them white on white. Although you can see them, right? So that looks good. See another one here. Okay. This should be secure. Here. And I also have some little green sequins. I'm going to scatter them around and see how they look. If they don't look good, then I'll just take them off. And my dogs are playing under the table, if you can hear them. They like to do that when I'm talking, because they want my attention. I like them. Okay, so I'm going to put those down with the liquid glass as well. And then I think I'm going to call it done. I will be able to add just a little bit of journaling with the date. And I have to look back and see exactly how old these trees are so that I can write that down. So that's what scrapbooking is all about. I'll be able to look back in my scrapbooks and I'll know how old they are. So I hope you like this. Make sure you go down into the video description and check out everyone else who's participating in this hop. And I will have close-ups at the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day.